Alright, so this is going to be the quality content you all came for. I'm going to be rating all of these. I don't even remember a lot of these. I don't have all of these, but I'm going to rate them purely based on aesthetic and not really based on anything else except for the legend one, which I'm going to put in top 10 as number 1 because this one is actually kind of sick in a weird way, and I really like it. I just like it. It's maybe not number 1, but it'll be in top 10. It'll probably be number 10, honestly, in that 10 position. The Christmas card back, weird. We'll get to that. So the first one is this one. This one looks sick. It looks like a pirate or some sort of rogue. I like the color scheme. I like the little bit of lightish black with red and gold. I think that aesthetically this looks really, really good. And basically how I'm going to do this is I'm going to put everything in tier 10 and slowly bump things down. Because I could see this being tier 10, right? I could see this being top tier. I could see this being top tier easily. But I haven't actually given a good look to all these other ones yet. So if I think it's good, I'll put it here. If I think it's bad, I'll put it here and then slowly move things down. This one, it's a lot of blue. It's a lot of teal. Not super a fan of it, but I do think that the color combination is at least moderately decent. I think that it definitely is okay. I wouldn't put it in A. Probably wouldn't put it in B. Not F, though. It's probably C or D. It's probably top of D tier, in my opinion. Maybe bottom of C. Like, it looks fine, but there's nothing really special about it that stands out to me. Actually, I'm going to take off these glasses because they're, like, tinted orange a little bit, which could actually skew how I see some of these cards. So, this card stays here. This card stays here. This card back. I think it looks pretty decent. We'll put it C. This one, If we look at it, I like the design. I like the fact that it's not like pointy like most of the other ones. It has like more of a rounded tip at the end and it looks kind of weird. However, I don't like how slanted that one is. From a symmetry point of view, this really bugs me. This one thing really, really bugs me. So this makes it from probably what I would have put as a low A tier down to a C tier, probably below this one. That really bugs me. This like weirdly slanted one. I'm sure that it's even on both sides, but this one just looks like more slanted and thinner than this one. It looks kind of clunky. Not a fan of that. It might be symmetrical around a point, which is a mathematical thing where it reflects this way, like diagonally. But I like vertical and horizontal symmetry, so even with that, it bugs me quite a bit, actually. I could see it working, but for some reason, this one particular one looks off to me. And I don't like that. I always have liked purple. We're going to put that as A. It's pretty simplistic, but I like purple and yellow. I think it's a really good combination. I think this one's D. It looks interesting, but I think it's overkill, man. I think it's too childish and cartoony for my taste. This one looks kind of bland, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's very rigid. I don't really like that. I like cool designs with like some rigidity. That's a word, right? Some rigidity, but I don't think that yes, content. We're giving you the best content here. I like the rigidity. I'm gonna put it B tier. It's just actually I don't like brown very much. I'm gonna put it C. This one's weird. I do like all of the stones around it. It gives it a real, like, snowy, elemental-ish feel because some of the elementals are, like, made out of rocks. Name's Elemental Core. Just gives me that kind of feel. For that, I'm not going to put it in F, but I do think... I think I'm going to put it B. It just... I don't know. Something about the color and the way that it's, like, designed and it's just, like, rocks is really interesting to me. But, again, lack of symmetry is kind of annoying. Looking at this one again... I can't stand it. This one little corner is really bugging me. If I'm seeing things, if I'm losing my mind, please tell me. But I'm pretty sure that this is slightly more slanted, and it bugs me because of that. I love food. So I'm going to put this A. Even though I don't like the design very much, I'm going to put it at the bottom of A because I like food. And we'll put it in B. We'll put it in B. I think it's a cool card back. I really do. But I think that there's just too much going on with it, and I don't like it because of that. I think this looks sick. I think this one looks sick. This is one of the ones where it like has a cool design. In fact, I might put this in my top 10 for now. Just initially looking at it, I think it has cool symmetry. The design is unique and cool, but not too complicated. It's like a good mix of simplicity but complexity that makes the design really stand out among a lot of the other ones. This is probably an A tier one. I haven't seen anyone that are really, really bad. I'm kind of biased towards like purple just in general because I like it. And I just like the fact that the center is green. I just like this color combination. The weird swooshes, what look like horns. Iker finally hit legend for the first time yesterday thanks to your great videos and guides. Well, I am glad to hear it, my dude. I'm sorry that this content is not as top tier as some of my gameplays, but I feel like a card back tier list is something that's very important to do, and people should know my thoughts. But anyway, I just like this design. This one, similar to this, I think I'd put this in top tier, top 10 as of right now. Obviously, these are subject to change because I still have a lot to go, but I really like this design. Again, symmetry. It's different from most of the others in a pretty significant way. It's got a cool design. I like the color combination, again, of like the kind of darkish with the yellow and then maybe teal in the middle. I think that color combination's tight. It's going to be there. I think it actually might be above this one. I think that this goes here. This is definitely A tier. It just looks super sick. I don't think the design is special enough, in my opinion, to be top 10. But it's definitely a cool design. Really well colored, in my opinion. I just like this color combination. It's kind of bland. Nothing really like pops too much, but they all complement each other in a way, if that makes sense. And the design's pretty cool and fairly symmetrical. This is nice, mate. Keep it up. Well, I'll do my best, my dude. This is probably just a B tier. There's nothing really special about it. It's green with like a nice like whitish background, light gray. I like light gray backgrounds with like darker contrast colors. I do really like it, but I just don't think that this one's special enough to warrant being anything above it. It might even just be C tier, actually, in my opinion, now that I look at it again. It's just, it lacks creativity. This one, Fireside Gathering, fairly basic. I'd say that this is a good standard one. Also, let's just jump to it right now. The classic card back, if I can find it real quick, definitely is also just going to be standard, like B, like in the middle. It's nothing special, but it's the OG. You can't go wrong with the OG. When I find it, it'll go there. This one, definitely A tier. Again, biased towards this kind of color scheme with the red and black, I admit, but also the like pinkish middle. Whew. That's actually A tier. That's actually S tier, in my opinion. I really like, I didn't even comprehend that middle, but like everything about this is really sick, and I think I put this here. Too green. I think it's fine, but it's just a bit too green for me. Again, biased to this color scheme, but it does lack creativity. What if we vote in polls? I feel like that's fine also. We can do that. We can do that for sure. But we will do that after I do my tier list, and then we will do a tier list with you guys voting, I guess. Actually, we'll do that another stream. Right now, it's my tier list. And then probably like this weekend or something, we'll make it your tier list too. Oh, we found the classic one. The classic one is like top of B. We'll put it right there. Right there. It's the OG. I like the color scheme, but again, it just lacks creativity. Similar. So, since I said that that was gonna be, these are gonna be at the, that was gonna be at the top of B tier, I'm gonna put it right behind. I just don't really, even though the color scheme is, mwah, love it. Oh, it's perfect. It's just so basic. Vote for top 10. Dude, we can't vote for top, do you see how many there are of here? We can't vote for top 10, that'll take way too long. Tier list videos have been popping off on Zeddy's channel. He ranked every single hero power ever. I'll do that too, or at least every hero power as of right now and recently. I'll do that as well. If you guys can send me a poll for that, I would be more than happy to look at it, actually. This one is probably D tier. There's just nothing going on. In fact, I might put an F along with this one. These just look very basic. Nothing really is going on. Something about it just doesn't feel good to me. I guess because of the symmetry of this and the swoosh, I'll actually keep it on D. Low D, but we'll keep it. Dude, this is sick as fuck. Oh my gosh. Blue and yellow and white. Oh, with just a hint of black. This is going maybe my number one, actually, right now. That is so sick. This one, the Overwatch one. I like the Overwatch color scheme a decent amount. I like the way that they combined it, and I like the kind of like holographic, not holographic, kind of holographic, I guess is a word. Imagery of the blue little Hearthstone swoosh. This is definitely an A tier. I don't know how much order really matters while in here. Actually, now that I'm looking at this one, this is going to move down to B tier. Knowing what it's up against when I'm putting these things in A, it's up against some stiff competition. This one seems fairly basic, not much going on to it. The color scheme is just kind of meh in my opinion. I'm going to put it in D. He ranked every Murloc too. I can rank every beast. I'll rank every Murloc. I'll rank every dragon. Just give me these tier lists. This is actually good content. I'll actually do like one tier list every single day if you want, because I think this is fun. This one, there's a lot going on here, right? It seems like the center is too much of the focus in my opinion, and I don't like that. It just seems very cluttered in the middle, so it's going to go in the C tier for me. The design's fairly cool, so we'll put it near the top of C tier, but and we'll move this down a little bit right there. That seems about right. This is just a lot of yellow. I think this is cool looking, but it's just very bright, and I don't really like that. I like having some contrasting colors. I don't want it all to be the exact same. Because of that, I'm going to put it in F, actually. It's just very basic. I don't really like it very much. This, another super duper basic one. I kind of like the color scheme, but just meh, not a lot. Very static background. I guess there's something to be said about the simplicity. They didn't go too far with it. They had a good color combination. I think I could put this one in C tier for sure. The purple one is very basic. This purple one, that's true. You're kind of right. I do like the color scheme, but now that I'm looking at some of the other ones, I should revisit some of these. That's true. And I think I'm going to move this one down to B. It's too basic. Honestly, it'll be top of C. It'll be top of C simply because of the color scheme, but you are right, it is extremely basic. This one, like the color scheme, fairly basic, not much going on, once again is going to be C tier. I think there's more going on than some things. It's not overkill. Ooh, I like this one. I like that it's blue and red with a cool middle. I think it's a very basic design, but I think it's done pretty well. So I'll put it in B. Put it at the bottom of B, but it's there. Ooh. I like this vibe. I like the fact that the background is black, but not like black. It's like dark blue. If not black. I can't really tell. Maybe I'm colorblind slightly. But the really, really dark blue in contrast with the really light blue looks sick to me. It's pretty basic, true, but I like the snowflake feel of it as well. This one looks pretty cool, actually, now that I think about it. It's not too much. It's definitely not absurd, but I could see this being low B tier. Something about it just makes me feel like I'm in a castle, right? And there has to be something to be said for like just a design, but also having a design that makes you like feel you're somewhere else, you know? So I feel like because of that, this is good. This one is a pretty cool design. I think it goes a little bit too hard in the middle, similar to this, but since there's like some empty space with it, and it glows and it flows over a wider area, I think it's at least a little bit better. I'm going to put this one as B tier as well. Probably like right there. I'm going to move this one up, actually. I think I'm going to move this one up to about here, actually, near the top middle-ish of B tier. And too bright. This one, you're right, it is pretty bright. The more I look at it, the more I lower it. But on the matter of principle, it has to be C tier. I love this color comment. Oh, God. Oh, how it's fallen. It is... No, it'll be bottom of C. It'll be like the barrier between C and D, I guess. I like this one. I think there's a decent amount of stuff going on, though. I don't think it's problematic. I'd say that this is probably C tier, near top of C. It has a bit of, like, bluish yellow. I like that with some red. It's got a lot of interesting colors going on. It seems very complicated. It seems like there's a lot going on here. I feel like a lot of these have, like, either too much going on or too little going on. I think this is one of the ones that have too much. I'll put it, like, in the middle of C for right now. I might adjust it later. This one, very basic. Very basic. Not too bad, but also very bright. Similar problem to this one. Also just a lot of yellow. It'll be at the bottom of... It'll be here. I think it's actually maybe not quite D. I do like the darker outline of it. I do think that dark and yellow work really well together. But it's just so basic. Maybe it goes at the top of D, actually. This is just green and basic. I don't really like it too much. We'll probably put it in D. I don't think it's quite as bad or bland as these, but we'll put it in D. It just doesn't pop out to me. I love this one. I don't even remember this one very much, but I love it. It's sick as heck. I don't think it's quite as cool as these, but I do think that this one just like, it looks crisp, you know? It just has that like crisp vibe to it. This one, very basic. Has a little bit going on, so it's probably about here. Ooh, but the color combination, now that I look at it. I was about to put this in D tier, but after looking at it, it looks interesting. It has a good color combination. It's going to be at the bottom of A. Mystery one, really bland. We're just going to put that one there right now immediately. It's going to take way too long. I need to speed this up. Cool color combination, fairly basic. This goes D. Fairly basic, a lot of green. Don't really like it. Nothing really creative about it. We'll put it in F, actually. This one's kind of cool. This one's pretty cartoony and childish, but not in a really, really bad way. It's similar to this one, but I think it's done a little bit better, so I'll actually put it at, like, the top-ish of C. I think it's cool. Very basic, really bad. Same with this one. Not really that good. This one's, at least it tried something interesting with the design, and has a cool color scheme, so I'll put it somewhere in the middle of C. I can't really be super duper precise with this. I'm just basically clumping them like the middle of C, near the top of C, and that kind of range. I guess I could make more tiers, but the further I go down, it'll be just more difficult. This is kind of interesting. I like the triangle. I like the purple. But again, it's just very basic. But since they did try to do at least something different, I'll put it in D. In the middle of D. It's not like that bad. I think this one's cool, has a Halloween aesthetic to it. It's not super flashy or anything, but it's solid enough. We'll put it in C as well. Put it like mid-C level. Too basic, not really anything going on there. Really basic, not really anything going on here. I do like the color combination, so we'll put it, I guess, a little bit higher, but it's still F tier. It's not really that impressive at all. This one's probably D. It's got a little bit of different stuff going on, but it's kind of clunky. It'll probably be near the bottom of C, actually. I don't think it's quite as bad as these because it is slightly different, but I think this one's probably A tier. I really like the white and gold combination with like a little bit of purplish. I think that looks sick as heck. Super basic, mostly just red, but it is trying to do at least something different. I'll put it at the very top of F. Just too basic. Ooh, this is one of the OG ones that I really, really liked to begin with. I'm going to put this one A on a matter of principle. I like the reddish, light red, but black combination. That's sick. This one, pretty basic. This one's probably going to be C, somewhere in middle C, or like middle or top D. It's an interesting color combination, but not that great. I do like food-based ones. I know I said I like food-based ones, and this one, but this one went here. But I think this one's done well. It's not just a star in the middle. There's a little bit more to it. It has a cool design along the sides and around it a little bit. So I'm actually going to put this one at the top of C, maybe even in B. Maybe bottom of B would be a good fit for this one. I actually like it. I'm kind of hungry right now after looking at that one, which is definitely a good sign. Good color combination. I really like this one. It is fairly basic, but it also looks kind of like ninja-y. So this one's actually going to be B on color combination and cool design as well. Crisp was the perfect word. Like, I don't know. It's like when you see a cool looking mech in like Pacific Rim. Those mechs, at least the cool ones, like the new ones, look crisp. There's no other way to say it. Like futuristic. Futuristic and crisp, both of them combined. Great words to describe it. Next, we have this one. I like the blue and purple. I really do. I think this one goes B. Cool design as well. This one, fairly basic design. Meh color combination. Pretty lazy. This one, I think this one looks pretty interesting. I like the spears on top. It'll be C. It'll be middle-ish C, in my opinion. I think color combination, the design's interesting, but it's not too special to me. Maybe bottom of B or top of C. We'll put it at the very top of C, behind that one. This shield looks like there's just too much going on in the back. This is going to be D. It's not F, because they definitely tried to do something different, and it looks actually kind of cool. It actually does look kind of cool. It just looks like there's too much trying to go on in the background. It just distracts too much from the actual design. Clean. True. Clean is a good word for it. We'll go with this. That's really basic and lame. We're going to put that F tier. I feel like some of the people are leaving the stream. Maybe just 1 or 2 people. Probably not many, but a couple. Left because their favorite card pack I put down here. And I apologize for that greatly. I really do. These are just my opinions. It's subjective. This is not hard fact. But it's what I believe. This one's pretty interesting. I really do like pink. I think that it's a really flashy color. This is definitely going to go in S. It's got some cool stuff going around with the gems. A cool design that's not too much or too flashy with a cool color combination. I like it. Very basic. This is going to go down here. Also, F has no real order, by the way. I mean, I could probably put this one closer to the top of F, to be honest. This one's not bad. Well, I just moved it down here, but this is the one that I was on. It's probably D. It's got a cool color combination. It tries to do a little bit different, but overall it's just pretty basic. I don't really like that too much. I think this looks cool. I think the map in the middle looks pretty cool. Other than that, it's fairly basic, but I can see that being like C tier, or like middle C tier, actually. Cthulhu one better be near top 10. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think this one looks sick, actually. It looks like an axe in the background. Not like sick, but this is definitely B tier. Although it's pretty simple. I do like the cool design of the background and the axes. I think it's a nice touch. Another cookie one. I feel like this one was just done poorly. I think that this one and the cupcake one are very similar in their vibe. I feel like I can put them pretty close together wherever I put the stupid cupcake one. I don't even know where I put it. I put it in A, right? Did I not? Did I put it in B or C? Where is it? I lost it. Oh, we put it here. We put it here. We put it here. I think it's a little worse. But same basic vibe. Pretty basic. I'm going to put this one in F tier. Not really much going on. D tier. It tries to do something, but it just doesn't really work for me. The colors aren't great. Colors are kind of just meh here too. I think that this one's probably near the top of D because there is a lot going on, and there's a... Actually, looking at the texture of this, it actually looks like it's a felt back. Like it's fur of some kind. So I'll actually move that up just because I'm impressed by the texture of it as much as I am. This one's probably... It's cool. I'll probably put this one in A. I don't think it necessarily is as good as a lot of the other ones that are in the top tier. In fact, I actually might move this one down eventually. This one's definitely at the bottom. If I do move a card down, this will probably be the card that does it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 in there so far. I don't think this card quite makes the cut because I do like this one more, but it's definitely still tight. A decent amount going on. This is probably A tier as well. I think it looks cool. It's not too much, but it's definitely really interesting, and I like it a lot. I like that feel of it. This card definitely moves down to the bottom of A. I think I might still keep it in A, but it's too much. Super basic. They did nothing. They did nothing with that either. Basically nothing. Basically nothing. I guess a little bit more because of the stars. We'll put it at like the bottom of D tier, I guess, because it has a little bit more going, but not much. I like this one. Looks like those old-fashioned like wax stamps that they put on that glows a little bit, so it has some magic in it. And the background's kind of cool as well. I actually put this one in B tier probably. Actually, maybe even A. It's got a cool color combination too, and the aesthetic is quite nice in my opinion. This one's actually maybe even S tier. Bottom of S. I'd say that it looks pretty sick though. It's a little bit dark for my taste, which is why it's at the bottom here, but I do think it's pretty cool. And now that I think about it, I think I like this one and this one more than this one. How many do I have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This one moves down to the bottom, by the way. Decent, but nothing too flashy. I'd say probably C. This one, ooh, you can taste the pie. We're going to put them all in like a good B tier, solid B tier range. I think that they all have the same vibe. I think that this one's actually done the best out of all of them because you can like kind of see the steam of it. In fact, because of that, I actually might put it above it with this one because it looks just more intricate and better designed than these two. Super basic. Too much. Too basic. Too basic. Interesting. Interesting kind of design. It looks like an eyeball here. We're going to put this one in B. I think it's supposed to say the hard facts. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best out here. If I was not colorblind, I'm not colorblind, but if I had any experience with color at all, I would probably do it. The Christmas one? Ooh. Christmas beats this one. Christmas beats this one for sure. I might move this one down. This one might be top of A tier. I might have jumped the gun on this one, actually. Not much going on, but it's trying to do at least something different. Very basic. Very basic. I actually like the design of this one and the color scheme. Like, something about it just looks mechanical or, like, rare kind of stone looking. So we're going to put it in B. It's not super cool, but I like it. It's worth. This one, I have mixed feelings about this one. I like the scratch mark in the background. I like the color combination. I like how this isn't perfectly made. I like that it's kind of off a little bit. But then again, it's also super simple. So I'm going to put this in C tier. Even though I really, really like it. I'm going to put it at the top of C tier. Even though I really, really like this one. Like, I really like it. We'll push it to top of, bottom of B. We'll push it. I just like this color. And the background color and the scratch in the background is just such a nice touch. And it tries to do something different. That's a D. That's a F. And it's got some stuff going on in the background. I'll keep it. Very basic. We'll put you here. Oh my gosh, we're actually almost done. I'm hungry. I'm also hungry. This one's fine. This one's D tier. It does a little bit different. I like the background color. I like the contrast. This one's fine. Put that there. No, it's pretty basic, actually. Oh, you just ate? Well, that's sick, man. What did you have for dinner? Or lunch? Or breakfast, wherever you are? I think this one's cool. I think this one goes in A. It's very basic, but, like, you can tell that it's supposed to be, like, a tree or grassy background. I like the contrast. It, like, looks and feels kind of like a tree, you know? This one's pretty cool. This one's definitely A tier for me. Borderline better than that. I'm gonna say it's close. This is so close. I might make the legend one top of A tier. I might bump it down. I don't think it's quite as good as some of these really cool designed ones, but I do think that it's A tier just on a matter of principle. This one, I love this color combination. I'm kind of skipping around now, but like whitish and blue with a bit of purple. Ooh, baby. Let's see if we can just jump out some of the basic ones. Too basic. Any more that are too basic? Pretty basic. Fairly basic, but it has some texture to it, so it's going to go in the D, mid-D. Golden Celebration. Whoa, 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 what? McKind, what did I do? What are you upset by? Which one? The Golden Celebration one is just too bright. Maybe I don't put it. Maybe putting it F, it was a bit too early. Maybe I'll put it D or something. Maybe I'll actually move it up. Now that I think about it, it's just so bright. It just stands out so much. It's just too much yellow. The design is cool. I think on a matter of design, it probably deserves to be near the top of D. But it's just too much yellow for me. I don't really like yellow too much. Should be top of S. I think it's blah. Legends on A. Oh, fine. You know what? Because I said that it would be an S all time, we'll move that there and move this one back down. You're right. Pretty basic. This one's sick. Actually, this one... Am I going to have to move down one of these? I am going to have to move one down. I really like this design. Not too much going on, but it's something. It's got a very similar vibe to this one. And the snowy one. Oh, do I move down Christmas? No, Christmas is actually pretty sick. Oh god, this is hard. I like all of them. I like all of them so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I only have to move down one. I'll figure it out. I think this, oh, this one looks sick. They all look sick. I can't move down Christmas. We'll move down this one. It's a similar vibe. It's a similar vibe, but I think this one just has a more intricate design. Meh. Meh. Tried to do something unique, and I like the color scheme. I'll probably put it here, actually. That's not bad. And we'll put it here as well. I like the color scheme. It's fairly basic. We'll maybe put it at the top of D. Legend is too basic, but on a matter of principle. You know what? I'm going to stick with my guns. I like this one more than Legend. I like these two. They're super sick. And Legend, I think Legend being the gatekeeper between A and S makes sense. I think that works for Legend. I think this one looks pretty cool. This is definitely an A tier one for me. Somewhere in A. I think this one's probably B. It's cool. It's got a weird, cool little design. It's fine. And then I think this one's probably B as well. And then these two are definitely A, somewhere in the middle. And this is my tier list. This is it. Save and download. This is it. This is the top tier list. We'll move on. Yeah, we'll download it. Why